I think it would be a false dichotomy to say that an online relationship can't be real or can't be real life. So I do think actually in our online relationships we can go more real life than perhaps people do. So we need to be more honest, more real in the way we relate. But that physical dimension, I think, is still vitally important. That ability to be with people, to actually read them in 3D, if you like, see their reactions, their response in a real place, often enjoying real food or coffee together, eating together is a vitally important thing as well. And that is the kind of life, of course, that the Lord Jesus lived amongst us. I think our paradigm for that is the incarnation. And he became incarnate because the physical world matters to God. We are embodied people. And so there's no substitute for, as I said, eating together, even for a hug, if that's appropriate. Got to be wise about physical contact, but actually walking with people in God's creation, in God's nature, having the same experiences in the same place at the same time has a depth and a fullness to it that sharing experiences online doesn't always have. Friendship tends to be something we undervalue. Just the value of having a friend who you can meet up with and share experiences with, share interests with, eat together with, walk with, laugh with, cry with, is precious. And that does take investment. More than anything else, to be honest, it takes time and it takes focus. And again, that's another reason why I think in-person meeting up often can be better than online. Because online we tend to be distracted by multiple other things happening on the device. And it tends to be very time constrained. So it's speedy responses. And that's why when we are together, we should also then switch off our devices and put them away to make sure that we give focused, concentrated time to people, because that is precious. So the other thing about real life relationships, a final thing that strengthens faith, is that our faith is both taught and caught. So it is taught by preaching and teaching, communicating the truth to one another, but it's caught by walking along with people, modeling, setting an example. And an example needs to be real. So I think in online spaces, the camera's here and what's going on behind the camera, you can't see what's out of the shot, out of the angles. It's easier in those kind of spaces to create a false impression. And that happens sometimes by design, sometimes just by the nature of the technology. But if you're walking with somebody and seeing them interacting with other people, seeing how they react to the distractions around them, seeing how they live in the moment of where they are, that models something greater, something different. It models a three-dimensional life and a three-dimensional discipleship. And I think we need more of that kind of modeling, more of that kind of example. For Christian ministers, they need to lead not only through their teaching and preaching, but by showing people their progress in the faith. That's what Paul said to Timothy. Let people see your progress, set an example to everyone. And so people need that. And if I want to see people grow as a disciple, they're going to have to see the real me. That's not always pretty. They will see failings and faults in me. Hopefully, by God's grace, they'll see me deal with those by God's grace. It's harder to show that and to manifest that in an online world where you're selecting what you post and you always have the delete option and you can always edit and fake something. You can't really fake it. You can in real life, but it's harder. People can often see through that better. So they need to see the real you in real life situations and how you respond if they're going to see how to grow, and if I'm going to see from them how to grow as well.